Hi guys, Sean81 here, and welcome to another Made to Plans. This is number 3, and today we're actually doing an apartment. I found this image from online that was Sex and the City Carrie Bradshaw's apartment, and what I've done is actually flipped it to make it sort of work for me. So I flipped the image, so we're doing like a mirror image version, and I've come to 122 Hakim House, I think that's what it's called, to build this. It was the most square apartment I could come across that was the biggest sort of sizing, and so yeah, it's sort of I make it work. But we do end up with like a spare room instead, so it ends up being basically a 2-room apartment. I don't furnish the apartment. You'll see that in the screenshots. It is absolutely empty, but I figured it'd be this perfect house for your more wealthy sim, because I use some very expensive items in this house, to move into, but then they could have a whole spare room to do whatever they want. So it's kind of cool. It's, you know, creative license and all. So I'm just trying to work out the walling and sort of how I want to do this. I really like this apartment. I thought it was like a really interesting design, and I actually really like the way it turned out, especially with flipping it around, where you think like even though the wardrobe, like it's a massive wardrobe, of course, it is Carrie Bradshaw's house. You'd think you'd have that more internal, but I actually put it, facing the sort of outer walls, so you can, so it has a lot of sunlight in it, but it's, it kind of worked. So I mostly flipped the place so that the entrance was in the right spot as well for the place. Otherwise, I would have had to really manipulate it to make it work. But I like the way it turned out. So I'm trying to find doors that will suit the place. Using a lot of Get Famous stuff in this. Get Famous had just been released, so it's been out for a little while now, a few weeks now. This is probably the most recent build that I've completed, from start to finish, and then actually uploaded within the time I've actually made it instead of months later. So yay me, I'm getting on top of things. Finally, I've actually cleared out a lot of my build videos. They take up so much hard drive space. I was running out of hard drive space, and I was like, I've just got to have to cull some of these. They take the longest to edit as well. So my Let's Plays don't take me too long to edit, but build videos take me a long time. I think because there's so much footage to go through, because I take my time to build, and I like to, include detail and things. So if I'm recording for all the time in which I'm building, that is so much footage. I have builds that I've recently cut out that were 8 hours plus of raw footage, and they weren't even completed. So yeah, it's a lot of video to go through, and I don't have a lot of time. I get 2 days a week to do my filming and editing, and they're not even really full days. They're just, when I can get it done in amongst housework and regular sort of things like grocery shopping and things like that. So it's what it is. So putting in some lighting, of course, just to brighten up the build. Just the standard little disc lights that I like to use. And yeah, this kitchen, I really like this kitchen because it was like in the middle of the building. Like, I normally put my kitchens out, so they're looking out into something, but this one was kind of cool. I was like, yeah, and I want to use some really cool benches, so I use these ones. They're, I think, they're my favourite because I think look more upmarket, sort of, I don't know, trendy sort of looking, I think. That's what I feel anyway. And the what are they? Overhead cupboards. I like to use those as well. So put all them around as well. And what else? Fridge and stove and things. I like to use fancy stuff. I'm doing a fancier build. So this I don't know what the sort of price is on this for renting. I don't really remember. Like, I didn't really look. I did put a sim in it in the end. I made a model sim. She is. She's like, I made a very stick thin She looks kind of tall. I mean, you can't change heights in it, but I think because she's so slim, she looks taller. Weird, but yeah. So I made this little model sim to go in. You won't actually see her, but yeah, she's. Yeah, that's what I made in the game anyway. I didn't decide not to make like Carrie Bradshaw or anything like that. I don't really feel like making celebrities and TV characters and that. I do that occasionally, like but I generally do it in my own time. Like I don't do videos on them. I actually have a whole heap of save games that are things like I make TV shows. Like there's a TV show on Netflix called Free Reign, and it's a kids one, and it's a horse riding sort of set in, I believe, England or thereabouts, and it's like on this island, and so I've redesigned Windenburg to sort of make this whole basically place, this little island and things, and making it stables and stuff. And I've never realised how much I want horses in the game until I started to make stables. But that, yeah, it's like so cool. Anyway, I'm getting really sidetracked. That's not even the build I'm talking about. But yeah, I've made the TV characters out of that. That's basically what I'm getting at. I use a lot of not archways. What are they? I guess, where you make your own archway type thing. In this build, so it's really open plan, and like the bedroom, you can sort of, it's not closed off. Like the lounge room, you can sort of sit in the lounge room and be talking to somebody in the bedroom, because like it's open to both, sort of. Which for this build, it's really good because the windows are mostly in the bedroom. Like the major windows are in the bedroom, and so with it not having wall between the bedroom and the lounge room, it makes it so that the light comes right through, which is really cool. What am I doing? Oh, some tiles. Trying to find tiles and things that work for kitchens. I don't know, I'm not happy with the selection. I don't like how a lot of the tiles cut off, like they're only half a wall of tile, and it's the lower half. It's like, no, that's not what I want. I want it to be, so I can fill in the backsplash type thing. I'll go with these really big ones. Those ones are cool. So I went for a bit fancy. Bathroom. The bathroom ended up to be a weird shape, and I know like there's this huge window there, but I put this really cool bath there, so it actually looks alright. I like it. And of course there's things that you can't delete in the apartments, so that picture unfortunately takes up a bit of a spot, so I had to bring the shower out a little bit from there to make it work. And I just decided to bring this wall in a little bit here to sort of make the bathroom just a bit of a better size, otherwise it was just going to be too skinny and you can't really do much with it, with that space. And I go for these really, I guess, opulent bathroom fixtures, so it's like white and gold. It's like really but not, I don't think I used all the Get Famous ones. Like, no, I actually didn't use any of the Get Famous ones. I think I used all Vampire, which Vampire pack goes quite well with a lot of the Get Famous stuff I found. You just gotta like find the white and gold versions, not the, obviously most of it comes in black and red and stuff like that, but if you actually go through and look at the colour swatches, there's actually some quite really pretty items, I guess, in the, if that makes sense. Just, sort of, hopefully, do I just go basics, I think. So yeah, I'm just trying to fill out the basic sort of furniture. I'm trying to find a really nice looking side table. I want a side table just there that sort of worked. I am following the furnishing guide as well. So in the picture you can see that there's furniture and roughly where the furniture is. Obviously I couldn't put the windows where all the windows go and things like that because I can't move the windows in this. And it really doesn't actually have that many windows. It has like 3 windows and probably I don't know. There's some of the little images that I couldn't work out what they were. It's like I don't understand what that is meant to be. So it's just is what it is. I don't really understand, but so I try and put furniture where furniture is in the game, and this, yeah. So I decided to move on to the bedroom for some reason. Just sort of going around just doing sort of the main sort of furnishings. Yeah, and then I go through and I think I do it off camera, all the little detail, sort of all the extra bits. I have a look at this really opulent bed from Get Famous. It's like massively extra. But I think I go fairly basic sort of one. Yeah, that one. I go with there's a lot of pink in this house, and I sort of I tried to do these little bedside tables that I see people doing them. I think because there's a window there, they just look stupid, and I think I could have made them go a bit lower than that. I don't know. Anyway, I'll pull out heaps of them, so you'll see me just pull out every single one I could, and just to see what would work. And none of them looked right. I think it was just where I've had it sitted. That's not a word. Had everything situated. That was what I was trying to say. And so you can see me stacking all these cupboards up, trying to work out which one I liked, which one I thought I'd give a go. And I'm thinking now I've actually watched a couple of people do it, so I know how to do it now myself. But I was meant to have put them across the back, like the entire wall, and then move the bed sort of forward of that. But I didn't do it that way. I tried to do it like this, and it looks stupid. So yeah, I give up and just put in other things. I was like, yep, get rid of that. Now you see I do have a lot of custom content in my game, but I don't use it for my builds, unless I generally only stick to custom content in my current households and Let's Plays. So things that you're not going to be trying to download. So you won't probably use it. Now this cupboard, I have never seen it before. Is that new? So that's why I pulled it out and chucked it somewhere. I'm like, I have never ever seen that cupboard. I don't know if that is new, because yeah, I really liked it. I was like, that's cool. So here I chuck in the walk-in wardrobe, and I found these shoe cupboards. I was like, yes, perfect. We all know Carrie Bradshaw loves shoes, so many shoes. And yeah, I realised later that cupboard is halfway through the wall. Don't worry, I fix it. Vanity table, I just sort of put there. The one thing I don't do is the little chaise lounge, or chaise lounge, or however you say that word. How is that word spelled? Chaise, I don't know. Whatever. That's sort of halfway between the two rooms. You can see it in the diagram there. But I don't put that in. It didn't really work. And I think, do I change things around? No, it's pretty much, I pretty much kept that the same, yeah. You'll notice that things move all the time, so even in the images, in the final pictures, you'll notice that there's things that are a bit different. And yeah, so what am I looking for? My furniture, more sideboards. I like the sideboards, but some of them just look so rugged. It's like, I mean, which is cool for some builds, but sometimes I don't want rugged. I want nice, and they're not nice. I mean, they're really pretty designs, but I wish like they had it in the swatches where there was a rugged version and a non-rugged version. I know they've got that in a couple of things, like in I think Cats and Dogs versions of things. But I think that, you know, if they're going to do a rugged sort of looking one, maybe they could do a nice one in the swatches as well. Just give us options. There's not enough options on some of these things. Trying to find a chair that just worked. Yeah. There's so many swatches I forget to look at. Like, you look at some of these chairs and you're like, oh, that's so boring. But you actually look at the swatches and you're like, oh wow, it actually changes completely. Obviously the shape doesn't, but you know, the style just makes it look so much different. And what else? Lounge room. So I'm trying to work out how to do this lounge room. Obviously, you know, I couldn't get it to be exactly as is in the picture, so I try my hardest, and I kind of like how they turn out. You know, not being able to move external walls on this one does make it a bit tricky, because you can see that this one area that sort of comes in a little bit. I couldn't do that to it, so it is what it is. I thought it was made a very bit of a different challenge, actually, doing this one. Because I've seen people do these sort of like these apartments builds and things like that, but they just don't want an empty lot. And I was like, no, try and actually get it into an apartment. Make the apartment an apartment. You know, don't try and see how you go about squeezing it in there. Oh man, I've got the hiccups. I'm so sorry. I was trying to find a chaise lounge, and they're just couldn't find them. Chairs, but I did find some cute little pink chairs, which I thought would work quite well. And I started to put a fireplace there. I couldn't really tell what was there. I figured that fireplace, it's kind of like electric, sort of. That's my version of it. I think it's like an electric fireplace. That's how I feel it is. I was just going through some of the Get Famous things. I think I hadn't long gotten Get Famous, so I hadn't gone through everything, so I was sort of checking everything out. Oh, this is fun though. I use this quarter circle rug thing, and I actually make a full circle. But I do size it down just by one. So it's not the full circle, but it looks so pretty. Oh yeah, just trying to get it centered properly. It's like, it looks stupid. There we go. I think that's where I settle. And then TV. I like that cabinet. I like that whatever it is, TV stand. It's kind of cool. It's like old. What is it? Old something. A suitcase thing, trunk. That's the word I was looking for. And kind of like repurposed into a TV unit, which I think is kind of cool. It's obviously bigger than what is the image has got. So they've just got like a little square one, but I figured, we're on bigger TVs now, so bigger unit. And I just put a bookshelf in behind there because I had that space. So I was like, I need to kind of fill it. So, and I don't use the chaise lounge. So, and just a little coffee table, and bring the chairs in a little bit to make it a little bit more cozy. And what else? Oh yeah, I love these lamps. They will always be one of my favourite lamps. I think they are just the coolest ones. What else? Oh, this area. So I wasn't entirely sure what this area would be. It kind of looks like another sort of study almost. This looks like a desk and things in the image, and it's like, oh, okay. What am I going to do with it? So I go through and grab the bookshelves. I try a few different ones. I'm trying to work out which one would work the best. But basically, I make it a big bookshelf area. Because, of course, Carrie Bradshaw's a writer, so I wanted to... oh yeah, that's right. They weren't spacing right. I actually have to move them across a bit. I thought they actually fitted exactly side by side, but they actually don't quite. Oh, change bookshelves. Okay, these ones do fit side by side. I was trying to pick the colour for them. Black. Black looks. Well, always fails. Go black. I mean, just left a one gap space, but I think I feel that was something. But I liked the bookshelves. I thought that was cool. And then I use these counter cupboards here for basically like a little dining table. And I could only put one chair there, unfortunately. Though I was gonna like put two, but I mean, if I use move objects, which I'll have on anyway, but if I could have put more in, but I didn't want to. I wanted it to be usable. And in the image, there's only one chair there. So it's kind of like a little dining table, almost space, sort of, where the sim could sit and eat. I actually do put a dining table in though, because I just had a big space there, so near the bookshelves, so I actually put a dining table there instead. Just a little round one, which is really cute. Now, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm clearly not looking at what I'm doing on screen. There we go. Must have been distracted by something. Probably kids. That happens a lot. So I grabbed this cute little table. Oh yeah, I grabbed both of these out and I'll try and decide which one I want. They're kind of very similar. It was like, oh. so I just picked which one I thought was the better looking one. I like the fact that it had pink legs. I thought I'd better go through the swatches of the other one. I was like, no, then we'll go this one. But I think I'll go with white. Why do I actually change it to be a completely different table? That's what happens. I change it to be a completely different table. And not one I normally use either. So it was actually fun. I'm really enjoying doing different builds where, like, I have my standard furniture which I would go to for builds, and it gets a bit boring after a while. And so doing some of these things, I actually try and push myself a little bit harder to use things I don't normally gravitate towards. And you'll see that with the table I actually choose. It's a bit different, it's a bit extra, as there's many things in this game, or in this build anyway. And I realise that table has got like so many spots. It's like, it's an awesome table, but for that space it's too big. So I just grabbed 4 of the chairs, and then I find this cute little covered one. I was like, that's cute. But then I like this one. This one has sequins, or whatever they are. I don't know. Are they sequins? Oh, yeah, shiny bits anyway. So I make it gold with the pink chairs. It's so cute. But yeah, like lots of pink in this. Like, this is a single woman's house, apartment. If I was a single woman, I would have my stuff, pink and all pretty girly stuff everywhere, because that's what I like. And I figured, that's probably what this sim would do too. And a little runner through the walk-in wardrobe, which I think is super cute. And what else am I doing? Oh, walls. I haven't actually done the walls yet, so other than the kitchen, I haven't done any wallpaper. But I think I just keep it pretty simple. Like, I just go white. Yeah, with I just put that everywhere, because that's mostly how apartments will come. Pretty basic. And I like the what was that? The border at the top. Can't think what that's called. Not cornice. I don't know build terms. I'm not that smart. Oh, curtains. So I figured a big place like this, it's gonna have curtains, because I would not want to have my butt exposed to the world. But curtains are great until you actually try to use the curtains in The Sims, and you realise just how limited we are, and get mortally frustrated, because unless I'm using custom HomePad, I can't get anything to fit. And because these are tall ones, if you want to actually cover the window, you've got buckles. There's only like 2 options, and this is one of them. So I actually pushed it across so it filled the wall, and I did that here. So yeah, so it looks like there's a window behind it, but there's not. So it's kind of cool. And then I was trying to put curtains here, and again, because apparently curtains only come in one height in The Sims, you kind of end up with just like half, like if you want to hang it from the roof or up to the top, you end up with having them hang halfway down the wall, which just looks stupid. And yeah, that's one of my pet peeves. Curtains in this game are frustrating. Although I have learned that shrinking them down and stuff is kind of fun. I don't like sizing them up though. I find they go really stupid. Like, they end up really thick. And it's like that. I mean, half the curtains in this game stand out way too far from the wall. Like this one, like, how dumb is that? It's just stick out way too far from the wall. But yeah, I work it. I like shrinking down those little blinds though. I think they look really cool, shrunk down. And this one's kind of fun. Although, I take that away and try for something else. Do I even end up putting a curtain in here? I don't even know, no? And of course, nothing's the right length, so they all hang halfway up the freaking walls, or windows. But I go with it anyway, I'm like, whatever, I'll just put that up. And then, because this is like 3 windows, but it's not 3 windows, trying to find something that actually go across it is really hard. Sort of double them up a bit. It kind of looks cool, but it didn't exactly work, so. Oh yeah, I muck about with a whole heap of different things. Honestly, I don't understand why curtains in this game is so hard to do. It's like, But that one was actually a tall one, so that was good. And it actually fit that window, and you know, it just makes for a huge change. Now, I don't know whether anyone else has got this problem, but I noticed when I was playtesting this build that my Sims to use a computer or any device on a desk won't automatically sit down at the chair. They just say, no, I can't get to it. So you have to sit them into the chair and then get them to do it. It's like, why is this now a thing? Why is it that we could do it before and we can't do it now? Like, you could just tell them to go use the computer. No problem. I'll go sit down at the chair that's in front of the computer. But now they're like, no, I can't get to that computer. There's a chair in the way. It's like, oh, frustrating. Oh yeah, I changed all the black bits out to white bits. I don't know why, I just did. Oh yeah, I changed the edge, the pillar things. Because they were a bit too chunky for my liking, so I made them the slimmer ones. So originally I had the Get Famous, I think the stone ones, and then I changed them to the Get Together wooden ones. So here are the screenshots. So you can see now I've got all the little added details in. This is the entranceway. It's sort of cute. I use that little thing. The kitchen, so you got that little sort of eating area, and I made it a little bar area. I thought that was perfect. So just in that little space before you actually go into the kitchen. I could put a picture on that wall. That would have actually been better. And then the kitchen, all decked out with lots of furnishings and things. Looks really cool. A little coffee sort of corner there as well. No dishwasher though. I didn't put a dishwasher in. And then that's the little dining table and looking through into the lounge room. So then this is the living room, or lounge room, whatever you want to call it. And like I said, you can look through into the bedroom. And I like the little clothes that I stuck on the wall thing in the frame. That looked cool. And then some starlets along the wall. I thought that was perfect. I thought it was so cute. And then the big walk-in wardrobe, of course, with all the shoes. And I put an extra shoe rack in because why not? Lots of shoes. And I think we're going to the bathroom. See how gold and white it looks. It's so pretty. I really liked how it turned out. Lots of little bits and pieces like candles and things around. And yeah, it's really cute. And then I think this last picture is the... so we're going back down, so towards the entranceway, but on your right is the spare room. So like I said, I left it as a spare room. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.